Hello and welcome. My name is Michael from Man Warrior Yoga. Today we're going to work through 7 foundation poses. 7 poses that you can build your practice on. Now you've heard all about yoga, heard how fantastic it is and how many people are doing it, all the benefits, back, sleep, energy, focus, productivity, etc. Better sex life, who knows. You've heard all that. You know what? Where do you start? Where do you begin? That's the tough part. Well, guess what? We're going to make it easy for you today. I'm going to show you 7 poses, 7 positions to start your practice with. Foundation poses, if you will. You will build your practice upon these. You will take it one step at a time after these. But get the first 7, get comfortable with them, get them right with the alignment. We'll take our time, we'll do them properly, and then from there we can build. Wonderful. Ready to roll? Let's get into it. Pose number 1 is our mountain pose. Mountain pose, very, very straightforward. Doesn't look like much, but it can be completely and utterly active. Ground down through the feet. Almost feel the feet pressing down into your mat. Toes are slightly closer together than heels. That's a neutral hip position. Outside edges of your feet are parallel with the outside of your mat. Pressing down to the feet. Begin lifting through the kneecaps and lifting through the quads. And you might say, how do I do that? Try lifting the toes. Flex the toes back and feel the kneecaps lift as well as the quads. Feel them engage and switch on. Good. Tucking the pelvis under, moving our belly button towards our spine. So we're activating through the belly. We start to open and broaden the chest. And we lift this sounds a little bit like Arnold Schwarzenegger. We lift out of our spine and lifting tall while broadening the chest and pulling the chest forward. Extend through the spine and the back of the neck to reach the crown of the head high and be as tall as you can be. Breathing all the way down into the belly. We'll talk about that later. Welcome to pose number 1. Mountain pose. Good. From here, we're going to go through to forward fold, just as it sounds. Hinging at the hips, soften the knees. Release the knees. I'll turn sideways. Release the knees. Hinging the upper body over the lower body. Bring the hands all the way down to the mat. Now, it doesn't matter how much you need to bend these knees. Bend them as much as you need. Once again, ankles over knees, over hips. But hinge at the knees and fold. Release all that. We want to hold tension in our neck. We generally do in a modern world. A lot of tension in the neck, a lot of tension in the shoulders. Let that go, let the head hang. And take the hands all the way down, regardless of how much you need to bend the knees. That's our forward fold. And feel the extension through the lower back. Shouldn't feel too much in the hamstrings, more in the lower back, and it begins to lengthen and reach forward. Good. From here, we're going to step our right foot back into our low lunge. We'll start off on the knee, making sure the toes and the fingers are in line, making sure the knee and the foot are in line with the right hand. And on the inhale, we begin lifting the chest up off of the front knee. This right hip starts to press forward, and our pelvis sinks down towards the mat. Our chest begins to broaden again. We pull our shoulders back into their sockets, into our low lunge. Good. From here, we're going to step our left foot back, touch the toes together. We're going to separate our knees almost to the edges of our mat. And sink the hips down to the heels. Now, if they don't make it, you may put a pillow or something in between the knees to give your knees a little bit of support. Otherwise, from here, we begin bringing the chest in between the knees toward the mat. The hands walk forward as we slowly sink down. Now, initially, the forehead isn't going to make it to the mat. So take a couple of stacked palms, place them under the forehead, release the shoulders, release the neck. Just settle here. Over time, that back's going to lengthen and release, and you may be able to flatten one or even both. And sink all the way down
as that lower back releases. Feels fantastic. And this is a wonderful pose for just chilling out, relaxing, taking a break. Everything's a little bit too much. Come into child's pose for a few breaths and suddenly the world's a little bit nicer place. From here, press back up. Bring the knees back in through the center. And we're going to rock all the way forward. Bring the chest and the belly down to the mat. We're working through to our cobra pose, which is a strong pose for the lower back. If you feel any pain here, back off. Otherwise, a little bit of discomfort, a little bit of strengthening is certainly fine. Hands underneath shoulders. Forehead is in the middle of the mat. We start to peel back the shoulder heads. We start to lift through the chest. These elbows stay tucked by the sides. We press down through the feet, activate the legs, lifting the knees almost. And these hands, these palms of the hands, squeeze back towards our hips, and our chest pulls forward to the front of our mat. And feel that switch on through the lower back. Good. From here, lower the chest. We're going to press up into a plank. From on our belly, we're going to press through the hands. We want to activate our belly. We don't want to drop into our belly and our lower back and try and lift up this way. We want to flatten the back, tuck the elbows by the side, and lift up on one line. So lift up through to your plank. And for now, we can just stay on the knees. Activate through the belly. So switch that belly button and move it towards the spine, reaching through the crown of the head and almost pulling once again that chest forward in between the thumbs. Now that feels pretty accessible to you. You may lift up onto the toes and reach the back of the body long. So reach from the crown of the head all the way down into the heels, pressing high onto the toes. Good. Great core workout, fantastic work for the belly as well. From here, we're going to start pressing back. We'll actually come down to the knees. We'll press back initially, untuck the toes, and press the hips high by activating through the shoulders and pressing the upper body away. Once again, taking the bottom ribs down to the upper thighs. And this pose, right now in kneeling downward dog, is fantastic for strengthening the upper body. The shoulders, the back. As we press down through the upper body. Good. Press it away. Good. And now we'll go through the full pose. Make sure the hands are spread, fingers are nice and spread. Really pressing down through the index finger and the thumb. Ground those into your mat. We're going to tuck our toes. And as we press through the heels of the hands, the hips begin to lift. We keep pressing through the shoulders. Feet are hip width apart. And our gaze is in between our toes. So we're looking down, we're releasing our head, releasing our neck. And this is fantastic lengthening through the lower legs, through the back of the body, completely lengthening but activating through the upper body. Feel the strength required as the heels slowly make their way to the mat. Even releasing the hamstrings a little bit here while we're here. What the heck? Feels good. 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 Slowly bringing the knees back down on the mat. And those are your 7 poses to begin. Now what we're going to do from here, you've got a little bit of an understanding of the 7 poses, the 7 foundation poses that we're going to build our practice on. But what we're going to do is we're going to link those together. And how we're going to link them together is with our breath. Our breath is so vital in yoga to keep the muscles relaxed. And once we keep the muscles relaxed, we can lengthen them. And when we lengthen them, we strengthen them. So we must keep that breath slow, calm, and deep. So do this with me for 1 minute. Take the hand, right hand, place it to the belly. Now we want to feel that belly rising and falling with our breath. So we inhale, try to inhale and exhale only with the nose. Inhale through the nose. Fill the belly like a balloon, and then lengthen the exhale. Long exhale, allow the belly to deflate and come back down. Inhale.
fills, exhale, slowly deflate. We don't want to see the shoulders rising up and falling, just breathing into the top of our chest. Take it down into the diaphragm, right all the way into the belly. And give that 5 more goes, 5 more breaths, and really concentrate taking the breath down to the bottom, very bottom of the lungs, and swell the belly. So inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Notice the breath start to slow. Your mind perhaps becoming a little bit quieter as you focus on the breath. And we want to keep that same focus through the breath as we move through those same 7 postures, those same 7 poses. So finish your 5 breaths. Good. Join me on the mat. We'll find our mountain pose to start. Ankles, hip width apart. Ankles, knees, hips, shoulders, and ears, all in one line. Good. Start activating, lifting through the lower body. Belly button tucks in. Open through the chest, spread the chest wide. Hands shoot forward, palms shoot forward, and reach through the crown of your head, possibly even looking down the nose. Good. Inhale, lift as tall as you can. Exhale, forward fold. So we're going to hinge at the hips, soften the knees. Take the hands all the way down to the mat. Let the head go. And take the bottom of the ribs down to the upper thighs. Slowly sink, feel the lengthening through the spine, especially that lower back. Still grounding into the feet. Good. Then on the inhale, we're going to step back with the right foot, lower down to the knee, into our low lunge. Hands and toes in line, untuck the back toe, and see if we can lift the chest up off the front knee. Into our low lunge, that right hip pressing down towards the earth, and the pelvis and the hips moving down towards your mat. Good. Shoulder heads moving back, chest pressing forward. Exhale, we take the left foot back beside the right. Touch the toes, take the knees wide. Hips to heels, sink all the way down. Possibly stacking the palms, putting them underneath the forehead. And lowering down into our child's pose. Very calming pose, relaxing pose. Let go of the shoulders, let go of the elbows, let the forehead grow heavy. From here, hands come forward. We bring the chest down to the mat. Elbows squeezed by the side ribs into our cobra pose and peel the chest up and shoulders back. Feet press down into the mat. And heels of the hands press down towards the hips, squeeze toward the hips, chest pulling forward, reaching forward. Good. Lower the chest. And from here we can either come up onto the toes or the knees. I'm going to come up to the knees this time. Flatten the back, round through the upper back, and gaze directly down into my plank. Switch on the belly. Square the hips and reach through the crown of the head. Now from here we're going to tuck our toes, press through the upper body, keep the knees slightly soft, active through the shoulders, and then lifting, hinging at the hips into our downward dog, gazing in between the feet. Stay active through the hands and really press back. Keep pressing back and take those sitting bones and lift them high. Lift them high as you'll go, while the heels sink down towards your mat. Good. Bend the knees, come back down. Excellent. Then we're going to do exactly the same. I'll turn sideways. We're going to do it on the opposite side of the body. Do it on the left side. So join me at the front of your mat. Ground down through the feet, starting in your mountain pose. Lengthen through the spine. Inhale the mountain.
Exhale to forward fold, hinging at the hips. Soften the belly down towards the thighs. Let the head go, let the neck go. Good. This time, stepping the left foot back. I'm going to stay onto my toe. You may lower down to the knee, whatever works for you. Now, from our low lunge, we keep lifting the chest, peeling the shoulder heads back, and extending with the crown of the head as the chest pulls forward. Good. Exhale, right leg steps back, toes touch, knees come wide. We sink down into our child's pose. Forehead down to the mat, stack palms, whatever works for you. Good. On the next inhale, we'll bring the chest forward, down onto our mat. Untuck the toes, elbows squeezed by the side ribs, peel back the chest, reach with the chest forward, pull it between the thumbs, and squeeze the heels of the hands back towards the hips. Good. Lowering the chest back down. This time I'm tucking my toes, and I'm going to press up through our plank. Active through the belly, flatten the back, rounding through the upper back, and reaching with the crown of the head into our plank. Good strong plank, switching on through the belly. This will hold you in good stead no matter what. Core strength is so important. From here, begin pressing into the heels of the hands. Bend the knees. Keep pressing back through the upper body. And then lifting the hips. Hinging the hips high and taking the heels down towards your mat. Remember, stay grounded through the index finger and your thumb, pressing down into your mat, and let that head go, gazing between the feet. Good. Bend the knees all the way to the mat. Well done, well done. 7 foundation poses. That's the perfect where to start. That's a perfect place to start. That flow we just did, you can do it any time. It strengthens your back, it lengthens your legs, it strengthens through the shoulders, it's great for the lower back, releases as well as strengthens. It's got really all of the benefits in it, just from a few simple poses. Well done today. Keep that up, try that at any time, get comfortable with that, and really get comfortable with the alignment. We can protect the knees, protect the lower back, and protect those vital joints that are so important. So making sure that you're comfortable with those, then we can add on. We can add on different poses, different practices, and your practice can go anywhere. Your yoga can go anywhere. But you know what? Tick the box. You've started. You've got underway. You've learned the 7 poses that are the foundation poses. From here, the world is your oyster. Yoga is your oyster. Well done today. And until I see you on the mat, make sure you like, share, comment, all that good stuff. Tell me if you liked it. What's the saying? If you like it, tell 20 people. If you don't like it, just tell me. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being on your mat. Until I see you next time, take care.